probably being chased by a buck. That was a doe. They kind of run like that this time of year. They generally being chased by a buck. Aggravating men. Spikes on his head. He's trailing that doe. Now, can you imagine our younger generation having to go through that to date? I mean, these deer ain't got phones. There's no apps. Literally, that doe is up there doing something, and the buck says, hey, baby. Anyway, it's just awesome being out here to watch it all take place. So, cold morning here, 33 degrees, but I'm doing fine. We'll get back to you. All right. I should have picked a stand that would get more sunshine. This one don't get much sunshine until about noon, but it's still pretty cool for us. The youngest boy, he's about 1,000 yards that way down this creek bottom, bow hunting. The wind's blowing this direction, so I've been pushing deer all day to him, or all morning. Deer got a very good nose. The oldest boy, he's running to get corn for me. We go through a lot of corn for our hog business, about 120 50-pound bags a month on average. And if you're really curious about how all that works, you can go to the Hog Channel and check out Hog Trapping 101. Kind of scattered today on what I want to cover, but I think this is the direction it's going to go. A couple weeks ago, the oldest boy asked me, driving down the road, we were coming back from trapping hogs up in Arkansas, and that's a cold damn place and muddy as hell. And he said, Daddy, he said, you know, do you miss the gun and the badge? And I said, no, I don't miss it. I mean, I'm a redneck. I've covered the redneck definition, so hopefully we're good on that. I said, no, I'm always going to have a gun, son. I was raised that way, and I'm going to die that way. I said, the badge, I said it wasn't that big of a deal. I never went into the business to kick in a door or arrest people. I just wanted to help people. I said it was that simple. I said it never was about power and I don't know. I just wanted to kind of balance things out a little bit, you know, and it's kind of what we do with our hog business. We kind of balance the nature out a little bit. But I told him, I said, I'll tell you what I do miss. And this is hard for people to wrap their heads around this. But in those horrific events, you know, when you're involved in these horrific events and you're a first responder. I said I miss being in the heat of that. I said because I know that I could change things. I can't bring people back from the dead. No, I can't do that. But when you're dealing with a family member and what I call the makeshift family reunion, and I've written about that, you know, a bunch of lawn chairs sitting out in the yard, 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 in the afternoon, family members gathered around because somebody that they love is that direction and they can't get to them and they're dead. I said, when you can walk up to a person like that, I said, kids traumatize people and dogs. I truly believe they want to be met at their level. So take a damn knee, as they say in the Marine Corps, and you take a knee. They don't care who you work for. They don't care that you're captain such and such or lieutenant or they don't care. All they care about is you've got information about whatever's over there that they love and they know is gone. And you take a knee and you show them some of that heart you got. You feel their pain. That's what I call it, taking the ride. And we'll cover that in a different video. But you feel that pain and you just tell them your name. The name that your mama gave you when you came out. Hey, my name's Josie and I'm here to do what I can for your loved one. Is there anything I can do for you? I can promise you that that is a significant impact in that event. You are changing the patterns that are forming already. And the associative memories are just trying to grab at things. And they're gonna look at your uniform or your badge or your name tag or the color. And the next time they see that color, they're gonna remember that compassion. Now, if you walk up and say, stand up, look down at them, and I'm Captain such and such, and I'm blah, 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 you know, just that roboticness that we've been taught, trained, authority, that's what they're going to remember, and it's going to go disassociative. And I remember when I was looking at retiring, you know, I told my wife that was one of the guilt factors for me. I said, I know, I've seen it, I've been out there. There's one way to do it, and there's another way. And she's like, well, maybe you could train people how to do that. Well, clearly, if you've watched our other videos, I haven't been doing a lot of training, which is all good. I mean, I'm a hog trapper, and now I'm doing YouTube. But that is what I miss. And people have trouble with that. And I miss being over there in that house or that structure or building or whatever you want to call it, helping somebody get to a better place. I do miss that because I've seen it done wrong. I just have. And it breaks your heart. And, you know, to have it done right, yeah. And that's my daddy's influence coming out of me. Because Dad was always like, you know, if you're going to do it, son, do it right or don't do it at all. And I know some of it is trying to keep things, you know, separated. You know, well, if I get too deep into that lady and I kneel down there, I'm going to feel that pain. You're going to feel it one way or the other. You're going to feel it later on. Why not feel it now and feel it together? Because you're going to feel it. You're going to think about it. As hard as you try to push that beach ball down, hopefully by now we've covered the beach ball video, but you know, if you're pushing something down, it's going to come back up. I remember, and Dr. Mitchell and I used to talk about this a lot, you know, that when you're working a scene, and this is really more generated, this video is more generated for probably first responders, but when you're working a scene, you know, you try to stay with the victims or stay with the witnesses, the family members, you know, kind of keep that separated. And I remember one time, remember it like it was yesterday. I walked out of a house. It was a makeshift family reunion. Mother and father both passed. And the family was sitting there looking at me. They knew I was somebody. And they just looked at me. And I didn't want to get up all in that. And I called Dr. Mitchell on the way home, and I told him, I said, no, I ain't ever doing that again. Next scene, I dove right into it. Dealt with the family over there, and dealt with what was left outside, the makeshift family reunion. And I can tell you that felt good. I don't know if everybody can do that, but I can tell you that felt good. Because to be honest, if I was sitting in that damn lawn chair, I would want to know who's over there with my family. I would want to see their face. And those are the patterns that we have the ability to change. We really do. We have that ability to change that. We're not making a huge change, but any little bit that you can knock the edge off, and that brain will grab associative, and not go all disassociative memories is a good thing. This was not the purpose of the video today, but it's where it went. I got to get down. I got a bunch of crap to do, but I'm going to give you a buzz, and then we're going to wrap it up. All right? So hang on. Here we go. So we got a creek over there that drains down actually from a spring. There's a spring up there, and years ago, people used to get water there. And then there's a creek that goes up through here. You can see the sun over there. And this is where all the deer were coming from earlier today. So, 9:08, we run along, man. A buddy of mine, Brian, said he wanted longer videos. But I don't know if Brian's if he's hooked up with everybody else. So who am I today? Well, one, I'm a guy that's cold. I ain't gonna lie. My hands are cold, my fingers are cold. Well, hands and fingers are the same damn thing, sorry. What I meant to say was my fingers and toes are cold. And I'm fixing to head out of here. But who am I today? I am a guy that misses that job, that part of that job. That's really the only part I miss. So maybe that's a little bit the driving force of doing these videos. Maybe somebody will watch this video that's in the business and go, you know what? He's right. I need to take a damn knee. Just tell him my name. You know, you're still professional. In fact, I think you're more than professional. You're representing your agency or your department from the heart. And I'm telling you, when they're sitting in the lawn chair all jacked up, that's what they need. You know, they don't need all that other garbage. They don't. Because they're a human and they're a human. And humans need love. So with that being said, I am that guy today. And when I get down, I need to switch gears. Y'all have a good day.